I'm really glad you came, Mike. Hopefully we can straighten everything out. So we missed a couple jobs here and there. A little bit of mission failure. It's terrible. It's not the way I want to do business. It should have never happened.
I don't want my agency's mission in danger anymore.
It won't be, Mike. You just got to keep an open mind. I'm going to speak in government acronyms to Mike.
Go ahead.
The AAR from the CISA PM and the CO about Seadrills and the PWS is not IAW the FAR.
The Seadrills and PWS from the base IDIQ were for NLTCOB EOM. CISA CO and PM have the GA for negative CPARs.
The RFP mentioned FPPLH and TNM. This should have been CPPC or CPIF. So what's your bluff?
My bluff is what I want is to have a guarantee. No more contract breaches.
Hey, Mike, that's what we want too. It's just going to cost you a little extra.
I have to go to the bathroom. Is that okay?
You gotta go, you gotta go.
Hey, don't take too long. So like I was saying, the QAS doesn't have Seadrill review listed. The RFP is clear, but...
Godfather. The custodial contractors are taken care of. The quality of their performance has gone up now that they know we will execute negative disincentives like CPARs.
Yeah, the CPARs. The Contractor Performance Reporting System. It's our version of keeping tabs outlined in FAR Part 42, which is contract administration. FAR 42-1502 requires the government to evaluate contractors' performance using CPARs. It's a good report card, Michael. Good grades mean good business. Bad grades, well, we might have to have a sit-down. Bad past performance also hurts them. It makes it harder for them to compete for future requirements.
So, it's all about reputation. But Godfather, there are many more contracts with poor performance, hurting the family.
In the government contracting game, Michael, sometimes it's not the contractor's fault. The government might mess things up, and you don't want to penalize them unjustly.
So how do we handle that?
It's a delicate dance, my son. First, if the government's at fault, you don't want to whack the contractor. Use something like the excusable delays clause. Excusable delays include performance problems that are caused by acts of the government. It's like saying, we understand things went beyond our control. You're not sleeping with the fishes. Just yet.
Excusable delays. Got it.
Before taking any action, you need to talk it out and be fair. Now, assuming these business friends of yours are within their own control, we deal with it. We can reject their invoices when the work isn't up to snuff. We use clauses like those in commercial contracts. FAR 52212-4, paragraph A. For inspection and acceptance. You should not accept an invoice for non-conforming goods. It's like saying you presented a bill. The work doesn't meet our standards. Withhold payment until they work it out. Maybe with some new consideration to make good on their delays.
Invoice rejection. A subtle warning.
Now, the situation gets more serious. Use FAR Subpart 49.6. This is the part that handles terminations, but we don't get drastic just yet. FAR 49.6 talks about two types of notices we send first. The cure notice is outlined in paragraph A. It's like giving them a chance to make amends before we have to take more drastic measures. It gives a cure period of 10 days or more.
And if they don't?
That's when we bring out the big guns. The show cause notice is listed, FAR 49.6b. It's like saying, explain yourself. We're not happy. Consequences might follow.
The last chance before the hammer falls.
Exactly, Michael. Government contracting, it's not about punishment. It's about maintaining order, getting the job done. Our way.
Hey, give us a minute, would you?
We got a problem, Jack. That source code you gave me, we can't use it.
Mike, I run a tight ship. Those government folks don't understand the intricacies of my business. They want everything on a silver platter, but I've got my way of doing things. I deliver my code a special way.
You need to put it in the format we asked for, Jack, or it might not end well.
Now, wait a minute. You come into my business and talk to me about consequences based on something buried in a piece of paper? You don't know who you're dealing with. You're not getting that source code.
All right. Well, thank you for the conversation. I better get back to the airport. The contracting officer insists on hearing bad news immediately. The contract to replace the legacy software with the new environment is going on 5 years now. No end in sight. There's 3 companies involved. None of the 3 have met the performance guidelines, yet they keep taking our money every month.
Get closer, Michael. In the world of government contracting, understanding contract terminations, it's as crucial as making an offer that they can't refuse. Let me enlighten you. There are 2 main types of terminations. First, the termination for convenience. There are many termination for convenience clauses you put in your contract, depending on its type.
Termination for convenience? What does that mean?
It means the government can terminate the contract when it's in our best interest, without blaming anyone. It's just like saying, it's not personal, it's business. The second type is the termination for default. It's outlined in FAR Subpart 49.4. Now this one is when the contractor fails to perform and breaches the contract. It's like breaking an oath. Consequences follow.
So, they terminate it because someone didn't hold up to their end of the deal.
Exactly. Now there's also a no-cost agreement, FAR 49.603-6. This happens when the contractor fails to deliver, but isn't really at fault. It's a mutual agreement to part ways. No harm, no foul. Everybody just walks away.
So it's like an understanding.
Finally, let me tell you about the world of commercial contracts governed by FAR Part 12. It's a different ball game. The principles remain. For commercial products and services, it's roughly the same, but instead of default, there's a termination for cause. Termination for cause in commercial contracts. The clause 52212-4P. It's like telling someone they're not respecting the family or the business.
So it's like a breach of contract?
Exactly. Once one party goes against the contract terms, it's like breaking the code. FAR 52212-4P says, you didn't play by the rules. Now we're gonna pull the plug.
I think I know what I need to do.
Always remember, Michael, it's not about revenge. It's about protecting the family of taxpayers. Knowing when and how to terminate protects the family.
So I guess we'll get started with contract kickoff. I'm the new contractor. It is my understanding that the incumbents have not been really doing the work. We're here to fix that. Let's first talk through some of the security clearances so our men can get on site. Now, paperwork is in. Since we're starting with all brand new employees, we know we need to fast track this. I think we're looking good on this end. The first deliverable is our roadmap, which we actually turned in yesterday. I have a basic summary of the roadmap here, but it is also what we included in our proposal, so no real surprises. Mr. Farleone, do you serve as contracting officer's representative during the performance of this contract?
I do.
And Mr. Farleone, will you be the one monitoring the performance on this contract to make sure we're following the contract language?
I will.
Do you plan on executing the negative incentives on the contract if the need arises?
I do.
And during the period of performance of this contract, will you keep good communication with your contracting officer and our company so that matters are resolved quickly when they arise?
I will.
And will you keep government accountable for any performance issues that are due to government action or inaction? And make sure my company is not penalized for these issues?
I will.
Okay, with our commitment to good quality control and your commitment to good quality assurance, I think this is the start of a beautiful relationship.